Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of the Hyperconscious Podcast. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode. We were lucky enough to chat with Dr. Sam Bakhtiar. Today, for episode number 311, we are going to do a 5-minute clinic on a new journaling practice that will change your life.
So this is a practice that Kevin suggested that I've been doing for a couple weeks now, and it has already changed my life. But before we jump into this episode, I want to talk to you a little bit about one-on-one coaching. Many of my clients are achieving their dreams, and I've been coaching now for almost 2 years, and I'm seeing the compound effect of the small changes that we made literally years ago paying off today. So if you want to be more successful, imagine having someone in your corner who not only has done it effectively and is doing it, but also it's their job to help you win on your own terms and help you find your unique truth.
And if you are looking for a group of like-minded individuals where you feel like you belong, where you feel like you can express yourself, Hyperconscious Nation is the place for you. Go to the hyperconsciouspodcast.com, which is getting redesigned and will be a new website very shortly.
Oh, yeah.
Click join #Hyperconscious Nation, and you'll be taken into our exclusive Facebook group. Also, I would love to know what you guys want more of. For those of you who are in Hyperconscious Nation, I would love to know what you want more of in terms of content. What can Alan and I do to make that group the most valuable version of that group?
Ideas, please.
Yes. All right. 5-minute clinic, 4 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
That was a good, quick plug. All right, so we talk a lot about journaling, and we also talk a lot about why your morning actually starts with the night before. Right? So I'll let you do it because you've been practicing it. I came up with the idea kind of, but I haven't started practicing yet. So what is this journaling habit? Why is it important, and what has it done for you?
Okay, so Kevin, not long ago, he knows that I talk a lot about the top 5 regrets of the dying, the book by Bronnie Ware. She was on episode, I believe, 182. But basically, he said, why don't you journal about the top 5 regrets each day? And I started doing it, and I've developed a lot of what I would consider positive habits in the last 5 years, but this, in my opinion, is the one that I've fallen in love with the most. So every single night before bed, I will ask myself the following questions. They're not questions, so they're statements, but then I will rate myself from 0 to 10 on each of them and then create one thing that I want to do to be more effective. So, for example, number 1 is I wish I had lived a life true to myself and not what others expected of me. So I go into my consciousness and I reflect on my day and I think to myself, how many of my decisions were made from my highest self versus trying to oblige to others or what others expected of me? In other words, how many of my decisions were based on fear of what other people might think or feel versus what I really believed in? Number 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard on the wrong things. So I look back on my day and I think to myself, like, where did I give too much time, energy, and money to that I could have reallocated to more of the essentials based on what I value most? Number 3, I wish I had the courage to express my true feelings. This is a big one. I remember specifically giving myself a 6 one time because I was in the parking lot after the gym with Emilia and I wanted to tell her how much I love her. But out of fear, I didn't. And that night, I reflected on that. And then the next day, or actually maybe I was with her that night, I remember telling her how much I care about her. I actually sent a screenshot of this journaling habit because I do it in my notes app. And it showed, I wish I had the courage to express my true feelings, number 3. And then it showed a 6 and then a comma. I wish I had told Emilia in the parking lot of the gym how much I love her. And I screenshotted that and sent it to her. So if I didn't reflect on having that feeling but not having the courage to express it, I wouldn't have changed my actions and said that. So imagine the compound effect of that. Number 4, I wish I stayed in touch with my friends. This is a big one that I've been messing up on. I actually haven't gotten above a 2 in this category since I started this habit 2 weeks ago. But each time it's, okay, I didn't reach out to any friends today. I need to do a better job. So that's on me. But again, this is the mirror each day. Number 5, I wish I let myself be happier. This is an interesting one. For me, this is a big one as well because a lot of times, as you know, I'm working really hard. I'm achieving all these things. I'm helping people. And sometimes I get down on myself because my expectations of self are so high and I don't let myself enjoy the journey quite as much as I probably should. So that helps me check in with it. Before I take the whole episode,
you're good, man. You're good.
I think this is valuable because of the macro. It forces you to stay accountable in the micro. What does that mean? 36,500. I always say that number and people don't know what I mean until I explain it. If you have 100 years on this earth, that means you have 36,500 days. If you only ever had $36,500 and could never make another dime, how carefully would you spend that money? Maybe you wouldn't buy that $3 coffee. But yet you're letting your days go by not knowing that they're so limited. So if you're 25 right now, that means 1/4 of that 36,500 is already gone. And that's if you're fortunate enough to live to 100, when the average life expectancy is 73. The reason why this journaling habit is so incredible is because it's going to force you to live in your own unique truth, because your ratings will be completely predicated on what you value and what your goals are. And if it wasn't for Kevin suggesting it, I would never have done it.
Easy episode for the kid here, just sitting in the sidecar here, just going along for a ride.
Yeah,
I like that.
not bad.
Yeah, I think that we always talk about reverse engineering regret. What's the best way to reverse engineer regret? It's to take the top 5 regrets and check in with them every single day. And like Alan said, it's going to be different for you. Like, I wish I let myself be happier. Maybe for you, that means being able to do more fulfilling things. Like, this is going to mean something different for everybody. I wish I hadn't worked so hard on the wrong things. If you're somebody who gets lost in the sauce of social media, maybe you worked too hard on watching Barstool today when you could have done something else, right? But it comes down to you being honest with yourself and you telling yourself the truth. Like, how well did you do today? And if today was your last day, would you regret it? Would you regret that you didn't live a life true to yourself? Would you regret working so hard on the things that maybe you shouldn't be working hard on, right? Expressing your feelings, touching. Like, imagine if today was your last day and you didn't talk to any of your friends.
Right.
Like, what if that's the habit that you're building? And that's why this is important. It's also painful.
Yeah.
It is painful for you to really look in the mirror. But guys, that's what we always say. Like, it's not always about the difficult questions that you ask yourself. It's about the difficult questions that you answer. And this is you answering those questions every night before bed with the hope that the next day you can do better.
The last thing I'll say about this, I challenge you all to try this. Just try it for a day or two, and I think you're going to see how incredibly valuable it is, because I've walked around with the flashcard in my pocket for years now of these regrets, and I try to live by them, but I wasn't checking in with them every day. Now I'm checking in with them and making sure that my actions, thoughts, feelings, beliefs are in alignment with them. The big ones are definitely going to be expressing your true feelings. That's sometimes the hardest, especially in an intimate relationship, because we're so afraid to get hurt. But what's come of that is so valuable. And then also, for a lot of our listeners, I think this is another big one. I wish I'd lived a life true to myself. How many of your daily decisions are actually out of your own genuine desire and beliefs versus obliging someone else or someone else's solicitation on your time and attention? Like, how many of your decisions were your own? And this is going to help you stay accountable to that and rewire yourself to your own truth.
Faux show. Let us know. Feel free to, if you write them down, feel free to tag Alan and myself if you post them. But I think that we always talk about journaling, and we figured Alan has been doing this. It's been working very well for him, and we feel like it'll work well for you guys as well. And yeah, I think that's it.
I'll take a picture, and I will post it in Hyperconscious Nation as well.
Yes. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed. And yes, this journaling practice will change your life, but like anything, you have to do it in order for it to make a change. We hope you enjoyed this, and we will talk to you on Wednesday.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.